Heyo, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darth Rich, and we are back with Star Citizen, my new favourite obsession. And as always, we're going to have a look at something new and very stylish in our hangar. We're going to have a look at the Freelancer DUR, or DUR. Now, this is an exciting time for me, as it always is when we get a new ship in the hangar to have a look around. However, probably slightly more exciting today, because if I had to put my final money down today as for the ship that I want to take into the persistent universe day one, I have a feeling you'd have a difficult time persuading me away from the Freelancer DUR. Now, I like the Freelancer anyway. It's totally one of my favourite ships. I love the way it looks. The balance between style and utility is absolutely spot on, I think. And I love the metallic aluminium sheen to it, and just the way that it looks. I think overall it's probably the best looking ship in the game at this moment in time. But it also fits everything that I want for a ship day one. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to last me all the way through, but you know, for somebody who's probably going to pilot either on their own or with a small number of friends, then I think this is the ship that is going to suit. So, if you've seen any of the other videos that I've done, or any of the videos that anybody's done, you've probably seen the other Freelancers as well. It looks very similar. You know, there's not an awful lot of styling changes. There are a couple of very noticeable differences, which are there not are there to show the utility of this. Now the standard Freelancer is obviously aimed at transportation of cargo. The Freelancer Max is aimed at even more transportation because it's got a far bigger cargo bay. Where this particular Freelancer, the DUR, does have additional capabilities as far as exploration and travel is concerned. So the first thing that is the most noticeable compared to the standard two Freelancers is you got these two very bulbous sensors on the front. Now we can also see there that we've got some antennae as well. So when we look at the actual statistics as far as length of the spacecraft is concerned, the DUR is a full 2 meters longer at 34 meters than the standard Freelancer and the Freelancer Max. But I quite like the look of the front of it. I think it looks really good indeed. The second thing that we notice is there's these two huge fuel tanks on top of, I want to say the wings. You know, they're not exactly wings, but they're right next to those big intakes and the forward-facing thrusters, and they're huge. They're huge. And I'm pretty sure that these are a smaller fuel tank as well. So not only are we going to have additional scanning capabilities, and the LEAP engine I think is slightly improved as well. The jump engines are called the Leaper jump engine on the Freelancer Max and the standard Freelancer, and the one on the DUR is called the Leaper Pro. So even though we've got additional capabilities as far as scanning and surveillance is concerned, we've also got the ability to go further, basically, because we can carry more fuel at any given time. So if we're docking at a starport or going planet side, we'll be able to take on more fuel in the DUR than we would in either of the other two standard Freelancers. So as we can see, apart from those points that we've just mentioned there, the styling is very similar. There are subtle changes to the colouring of each of the spacecraft, but you know, it's a cracking looking ship, isn't it? It really is. And you know, if you've got a small crew of maybe 2 to 4 people, you know, I can't think of any better spacecraft to start off with, really. and can't wait to get it into the Arena Commander and give it a fly about when they release the module for multi-crew ships. So there's not an awful lot to look around the outside, because obviously we've had a good look at the standard Freelancers anyway. The max power plant size is the same as the standard Freelancer, one less than the Freelancer Max, but that's to be expected given the additional size and obviously the weight when it's fully laden. The primary thrusters are exactly the same as well. We've got those two huge TR5s. Obviously we have two additional ones on the Max because of the reasons we've just mentioned, and the maneuvering thrusters are absolutely identical. The only difference is the actual shield. Now I'm not sure which is superior. I'm gonna have a guess that the shield on the DUR might be slightly better, because the shield on the standard Freelancer and the Max is the GH-146M, and the one on the DUR is called the Invincible X, which sounds extra special as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, let's stop faffing around and let's go and have a look inside. Now, one of the reasons that I think we're going to choose this over the standard Freelancer is the standard Freelancer is designed to transport cargo, plain and simple. Well, we have the additional capabilities that we just talked about to do with the scanning, and also the extra fuel capacity in the DUR, but we don't actually sacrifice too much of the cargo space. It's noted on the website as of today that the carrying capacity of cargo is 168 freight units for the standard Freelancer, and it's 148 freight units for the DUR. So we're only losing 20 freight units there. Now, I'm not quite sure how important those 20 freight units might be. That might be the difference, being able to take some jobs on and some not, but that would just be speculation at this moment in time. And considering it is only 20 freight units, it sounds like a pretty fair sacrifice as far as I'm concerned. We've still got that manned turret at the back. I don't know if that's purely what the second crew member's there for, or whether the second crew member will be able to actually interact with the flying and navigation of the ship. I don't really know. Got a very similar, if not the same, cargo door there, and those wonderful mechanisms there, highly detailed. Slightly darker in here, slightly different colour scheme. We've got the reds and the yellows, but everything looks just as lush as it does in the other two Freelancers that we've looked at so far. And standing in here without having them side by side, I really can't tell any difference as far as size is concerned. We seem to still have that free space underneath. We don't know if that'll be usable for storing cargo or not, but there's still, as far as I'm concerned, there's ample room here for us to be able to fully load our ship, whether it be legal goods or whether you might be slightly more dishonest and do trading with pirates or people of a less reputable nature. Who knows? Coming into this area here, like we've talked about before, I presume this is an airlock. Danger, do not stand here. That might be good advice at some time, I don't know. We've got this area down here. Wonderful detail as ever. Looks absolutely beautiful. We've got that large docking collar there. Presumably that can be used to dock with to larger star ships, or to starports, or maybe just to go out when we go planet side. Who knows? Once we open this door up here, this opens up the galley and the sleeping quarters, and also the cockpit as well. We've got shower and toilet facilities. We've got this additional unit here, which would be fantastic if you could have a second or third person for perhaps navigation, or given the additional scanning capabilities, or maybe preparation for making a jump or something like that. The possibilities are endless, and I cannot wait to find out what these additional ship members will be doing. As with the other Freelancers, we've got 4 beds here. Now, it does state on the website that the maximum crew capacity for the Freelancer DUR is just 2. But you know, it's more than obvious that we've got room for additional people anyway, whether they are classed as crew or perhaps they're classed as just passengers. You know, you don't know. Now, if you are perhaps trading with pirates or going to the slightly less legal areas of the universe, then perhaps you might want to carry two additional members of staff to you know, to perhaps be heavies, or just to be people who are very capable at close quarter combat, or perhaps handy with a gun or something like that for protection, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see what you know, what these additional people who perhaps don't actually interact with the flying are able to do. You know, is it a case that, because if you are going to carry people who are not just there for you know, for their own pleasure, then you know, they're perhaps going to want pain. Well, you know, is it going to be a case that when you dock at a starport, or if you go planet side and you purchase a lot of cargo, is that going to speed the loading and unloading process because you've got additional people to be able to, you know, to help? I don't know at this moment in time, but I suppose these are you know, these are all possibilities. Wonderful detail as well. We can just see the back of the chairs there. You know, so these seats are fully. These, you are able to interact with them, so we know we are going to be able to have people sat down here anyway. If we just get into the pilot's chair, or co-pilot's chair, I'm not quite sure which, but good view all the way around, almost interrupted. We've got that quite large structure there, but you know, presumably that's to keep us all safe. We've got sunroof there, or moonroof, star roof, who knows, but we're able to see quite a lot. So there we are. I think that just about goes over everything in the Freelancer DUR. Wonderful looking ship. You know, the possibilities for it to, you know, to be helpful in lots of different areas is probably the thing that attracts me to it. It's a good looking ship, you know, be able to take people on board. It's got the long range capabilities, the additional scanning, plus it's able to carry a, you know, a healthy haul of cargo as well. So, and it's able to protect itself. You know, you got those huge guns on the side, plenty of rockets. You know, and if there is anything missing that you do get on the other Freelancers, then you should be able to retrofit them anyway. So, you know, all in all, I think it deserves a place in anybody's hangar, to be perfectly honest. You know, obviously there's other ships that are perhaps more attractive in some areas, but you know, as an all-in-one, I think you'd have to try pretty hard to persuade me against taking it into the persistent universe day one. So here we are again, the end of the video. If you have made it this far, then thank you ever so much. It does mean an awful lot. I'm really enjoying doing these videos, as I mentioned before, and it seems to be that, you know, quite a few people have been watching them as well. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that side of things. I think it's kind of exciting. Please do feel free to subscribe, because there will be more videos coming. I think we're going to have a look at the Cutlass Red next. We've got that in the hangover there, and I haven't even been in it yet, so I'm kind of pretty excited to go and do that. So I think that'll probably come up next. Feel free to like or dislike accordingly. Feel free to comment and correct me on any mistakes that I might have made, or just say hello. Either way, it's very nice to hear from anybody that's out there. So there we go. Thank you ever so much for watching once again, and we'll see you next time.